Welcome back, you guys. We're doing the SAT math with calculator this time, so make sure you have an approved calculator right in front of you. I got mine, and this is for SAT practice test number 9. We're doing the math with calculator section. So the SAT format is changing, so I'll speak a little bit about that, and then we can dive into this. So if you're taking the SAT from, I think, January 2024 and onwards, then the SAT is going 100% totally digital. Up till now, the digital point, or as of right now, the digital point is still optional, meaning you can either choose to take it on paper or digital. I prefer the paper version. I've only taken paper versions. I've never done digital versions. So all the practice that I'm really going to do is for the paper version, and then I think I'll stop doing SAT prep. I might continue later for the digital version, but um, at least while the paper version is still an option, I'll keep on doing that. But the practice that I'm doing for paper, it's almost going to be the exact same thing. All the problems, everything I go over is still good tips, tricks, material, problems. And this channel will always be here. It's not going anywhere, so you can always refer to this material. So yes, the SAT is going totally digital, and I feel like it's not really going to matter as much because the format's completely changing. You can now use a math on or calculator on the whole math section. The problems are going to be more simplified, maybe even less problems, I think, because the time of the entire test is also shortening now. So a lot is changing with the SAT format. And I believe in reading and writing, there's some additional changes too, but this is just for math. So as far as math goes, that's what I know. I don't think the SAT is changing. I think it's still going to be the same old test. Um, and this can help a little bit for ACT as well, but not really as much. I prefer the SAT compared to the ACT because the math is more simple, more straightforward, and the timing is just beautiful. So I've never felt like I'm really running on time as much when compared to ACT, because my ACT videos, like they've always gone over time. That's why I literally have to split into parts, and I'm pretty sure to come out of the whole thing, it's more than the allowed time. Okay, I think usually around my ACT math test, I finish with like 30 seconds left to spare sometimes around there, which is fine, but still, I prefer ACT math. So I'm best at, so let's do this. Alright, so get your calculator set up. You can clear it if you want. Again, I'm not there with you, so I can't really see what you're doing, but I'm assuming you're doing everything right. So let's get started. Alright. And I'll go back to the 200% zoom because that works best for us. Alright, what value then satisfies this equation? So we'll say 3x equals 27 minus 324, x equals 8, just like that, alright? And I'll let you know what questions you should use a calculator on, okay? What questions you don't need a calculator for. Number 2, 2 units of length using inch and inch for cubits and palms, 1 cubit is 7 palms, relating statue 140 cubits. Which the following is represents length in palms, relating statue, okay. So it's a ratio of 1 to 7. So if we have 140, we multiply that by 7, which is more than 140 to mean like 180. The answer is D. Alright? Cool. Number 3. If 2n over 5 is 10, what is the other 2 minus 1? So 2n, you can cross multiply. 5 times 10, y'all, is 50. So 2n minus 1 is 49. Answer is B. Alright? Number 4, which is the following equation values, which is the following values of x is not a solution to the equation above? Answer is A. Because negative 4 squared is 16, and 16 is not equal to, or sorry, that's fine. Here, let me explain why. Because then we get the square root of 16, which is just 4. It's plus 4. And plus 4 is not equal to negative 4. So the answer is A for number 4. Alright, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free always. Like number 5, so we have a little graph here, showing the relationship between temperature and the y-axis, and the x-axis is time, since the cup was removed from our heat source in minutes. The temperature of a cup, experiments, so okay, so other things is happening at 10-minute intervals, showing the time that the cup was removed from a direct heat source. So so the temperature is gonna go down because the cup is obviously cooling as the time is increasing, right? Just a little summary of the graph. Of the following, which best approximates the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit of the coffee when it's first from the heat source? So we're looking for the y-intercept, I believe, when the x value is 0. So it's about 200, almost 200. 195 is close to 200, so 5 is D. Alright, number 6. During which of the following 10-minute intervals does the temperature of the coffee decrease at the greatest average rate? So we're looking for almost a straight just decrease um, as of slope. So obviously here there's a bit of a decrease. Obviously, like think about it. When you leave something to cool, right? And you can kind of think about this in real life. It's going to cool down a lot more first, right? Like when you have something hot and steamy, and as soon as you bring it down to cool, you can see the steam, the vapors coming out, right? But then the rate at which it cools down, the slope, it's decreasing, right? The rate of change is decreasing. So you could say like the acceleration is also negative. You can think about it like that too. Um, the rate of decrease is decreasing. All right, makes sense, right? And so that's basically what's happening, right? I think so. Well, let's see if you draw it like this. Draw it like that. Yep. Yep. So anyway, so yeah, between 0 and 10 minutes, it's the first initial decrease. Number 7. Oh, I love this one. I love just all geometry problems. Okay. No, I guess they are. These two angles are equal. Why? Because they are vertical angles. Vertical angles. That's a rule in geometry you should know. Angle rules are super easy to memorize. They do come up a little frequently as the additional topics in that section, part of the geometry area, so make sure that's clear. 50% of the SAT math is just algebra geometry. More than 50%, I'm sure. A little bit of pre-cal, but very rare. Just know your trigonometry, so Pareto rules, and I think you're good from that end. And then the other just logic and concept building, which is what I'm going to try to help you out with. I guess if you can get your SAT score really well, then you should be missing like 1 or 2 questions after watching my videos, because my videos are really helpful and straight to the point. At least that's what I aim them to be. And as always, any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. All right. So anyway, yes, these two are vertical angles, and the information that we need is that x equals 100 degrees. Otherwise, we can't really solve this problem. So this is 100 and this is 20. Then we know that the sum of the angles of a triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. So this is 60 degrees. So this is also 60 degrees. And if this is 60 and this is 40, then y has to be 80 degrees for this triangle, triangle CDE, to add up to also 180 degrees, which is what they're asking for. What is the value of y? So y is 80. Y is 80. C. Alright, cool. Okay, number 8. The line graphed in the XY plane below models the total cost and loads of a cab ride in a certain city during non-peak hours. Alright. According to the graph, what is the cost for each additional mile traveled in dollars of a cab ride? So I guess they're asking us for M, i.e. the slope of the graph, the rate of change for 1 mile increase, right? Each additional mile travel. That's one. They're asking us for the slope. What is the slope of this? So the slope, so let's see, if we increase for every 1 additional mile, because this is right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it looks horrible. Let's just stick with me, alright? So for one increase, right, if this is 0 miles, we have a service fee of $1, $2, $3, but then we increased one, and then this went up by 2. Another one, it goes up by 1, 2. So our slope is $2. Thank goodness it's a whole number, I guess. So yes, the answer is A for number 8. Only one question. Okay. There's like multiple questions based on them, but I guess not. Okay, number 9 looks like a statistical probability question, and it is. And whether or not you're taking statistics, I will help you solve this problem, and you should be good. See, the thing is, statistics is the other percentage that does come up on SAT math and also ACT math. Um, I prefer, well, not prefer. I've taken statistics, so if you have some sort of knowledge about statistics, then that can go a long way, like mean, median, mode, range, standard deviation. So I've taken statistics AP, and there we cover all that stuff like within like one of the first couple of units. So I understood those really well, just my concepts, and they were really strong. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I can definitely show you some further tips and tricks on the calculator, which can help you out. What I recommend is anytime you're given data, put it in a list and store it in your calculator and then solve. If it's on something super obvious and you aren't really sure. Because I'm not someone who, it's really hard for me to memorize new formulas every day. Let's be honest. How many formulas are you going to have on the top of your head ready to go on the day of the SAT? Like there aren't going to be some that are just there ready to help you out. There's going to be something you're going to have to figure out on your own. And just knowing all the calculator tricks can really help you out with dealing with new information, which is what I really love. with that. Series is something like arithmetic. Series are something that I don't think I've ever really seen on the SAT. They may come, but they're more really touched on the HT. The ACT loves series questions, maybe arithmetic, geometric, like just any sort of nth term. So definitely practice those questions too. But the statistics on SAT math isn't really that hard. But like again, I've done it taking statistics, if you take like probability or some sort of low statistics, that can also help too. I guess you may go over it in elementary, middle school, but you might learn in high school from the stats AP class is tremendously useful. So I'd say I guess if you wanted to take it, go ahead. And that's why I took it because I wanted to help. I wanted it to help me out when I took the SAT. So yeah, that's a little story there. And probability questions are probably one of the most common sort of SAT questions, along with I guess just calculating it out. All right. So for this one, it's not too bad, right? On the local Tuesday local gas station, 135 customers. Table below summarizes whether or not the customer on Tuesday purchased gasoline or beverage, both or neither. Okay, this is a table data sort of question. Based on the data in the table, what is the probability? Is our question type. Now, the gas station customer said a random that it did not purchase gasoline. And are we choosing from a certain number, or are we just choosing randomly? So we're choosing randomly. Did not purchase gasoline. How many people did not purchase gasoline? So I guess 50 people did not purchase gasoline out of a total of 135. I think that's totally it, right? We're not really saying anything about the beverage part. So yeah, 50 out of 135. So the answer is D. The answer is D for number 9. Okay. Let's continue. Washington High School randomly selected. Okay, another 6 questions. So this is a random selection sort of question where they're selecting freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior students. Of the students selected for the survey, 1/4 were freshmen, 1/3 were sophomores, half remaining were juniors. And 336 students were selected for the survey, how many were seniors? So this basically means that 25% are freshmen, and not the first one, not the first 1/4. It could be any 1/4. 25% are freshmen. So you could say 336. Or actually, let's work backwards. Make the math easier. Our total is going to be, let's use a common denominator of 12 since we have the numbers 4 and 3. So 12 out of 12 is 1. I'm going to subtract what's, so 3 by 12, right? And then we're going to subtract the sophomores. Subtract the sophomores to get times 4 times 4. Okay, there we go. So this is what? 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. Yep, it's good to me. So 5 by 12 times 336. This is the same. So the juniors and seniors are equal because the remaining half are juniors, so the remaining half must be seniors. Go ahead and plug this in your calculator. Right, I want to use your calculator now. We've done so many questions, might as well use it at this point. Make sure calculator is charged also, please. Do not show up with a calculator. Not much you can do at that point. 140 is our answer then. Then is there, okay. 140, right? That's what we got. So 140 is remaining, and then you got to take half of that. So we really got to take, let's see, 5 by, give me another half, 5 by 24. This is giving us a total. So do 5 by 24 times 336. Okay, so 5 by 24 times 336, which is 70. So the answer is D. Alright? Yeah. Okay, and then you can check this out also. You can do 336 times, or you can just do other stuff. You really want to check it out, but that's how it works. Alright. Cool. Number 11. Plane A is cone 20 centimeters tall, plane B is 12 centimeters tall. The ratio A to B is equal to the ratio A to B is equal to the ratio C to D. Okay. So A to B is equal to the ratio of C to D. If plane C is 54 centimeters tall, where is the height of plane D in centimeters? So A is 20 and B is 12. So really D would obviously be less than C, but you could say that 20 by 12 equals 54 by our x. Okay, so 20x is equal to 54 times 12. So our answer is 54 times 12 over 20. Go ahead and plug that in the calculator. 54 times 12 over 20. And we get 32.48 for number 11. Number 12. Biologists found a new species of pale shrimp at the world's deepest undersea vent. The vent is 3.1 miles below the surface. Approximately how many kilometers below the sea surface is the vent? Okay, so 1 kilometer is 0.6214 miles. Okay, so the vent is 3.1 miles. Okay, so we got to convert, a little conversion here. Well, it's in kilometers, right? So just do 3.1 divided by 0.6214. So plug this in the calculator also. 3.11 over 0.6214. So 4.998, something like that, right? So we'll run to 5. So 12 is D. Alright. 13. A cargo helicopter delivers only 100-pound packages and 20-pound packages for each delivery trip. The helicopter must carry at least 10 packages, and the total weight of the packages can be at most 1,100 pounds. What is the maximum number of 120 per pound packages that a helicopter can carry per trip? So we need a couple of equations. They must carry at least 10 packages. So we can say that equation that x plus y is greater than or equal to 10. That's our first equation. Our second equation is that, let's say that the x is the number of 100-pound packages, so we'll say 100x plus 120y. What is it? At most b, so it's less than or equal to 1100. What is the maximum number of, so we gotta find the maximum of 120-pound packages the helicopter can carry, which is y. So we gotta find y. Let's multiply the top equation by 120. So here we get 100. Let's look at this. So here we get 120x plus 120y is greater than or equal to 1, 2, 0, 0. Okay. And then the other equation can stay the same. 100x plus 120y is less than or equal to 1100. And then we subtract. So we get 20x. Blank. And then what do we have here? 100. We have 100. So then just divide. We get 5. 13 is C. Alright. So then this way it'll become the equals, or cancel out, or something, I don't know. So that's kind of how you can do it. Or use a calculator if you want, or plug in if you want, multiple options there. This one I like. A company purchased a machine valued at $120,000. The value of the machine depreciates by the same amount each year. So for 10 years, the value will be $30,000. Which of the following equations gives you the V? Okay. So what are we starting with? 120. Nope. Okay, these are good. And we're decreasing, so this is wrong. And after 10 years, so no, that's wrong. 14 is V. Alright? Cool. Number 15. Line of the actual plane contains the point 2.01. What is the slope? And the intercept. So we need 0 and 1. So the answer is D. Alright? You could solve it, but like, let's be honest. You know you'll need a plus 1 right here because you have the point 0, 1. That's our y-intercept when x is 0. So yeah. Number 16. The expression above a is a constant. If the expression above bx, blah 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 blah, what is the value of b? So that means, what did it say? So this expression is equivalent to b of x. Okay, so it looks like. So we don't know what a is. We don't know what a is. All we know is a is some sort of constant, which can help us out because this means that our a has to cancel out because there's no x squared left. So it'll have to be 4x plus 4 times, I guess, 1/4 then? 1/4x. get the x squared, right? Minus 1. So yes, then you'll get the x squared plus x minus 4x minus 4x minus 4. And then you'll do minus x squared plus 4. Alright, so the x squareds will cancel, the 4's will cancel, so it'll be left with a negative 3x. So 16 is B. B. Right. Number 17. If 2w plus 4t is 14 and 4w plus 5t is 25, what is the value of 2w plus 3t? So, I guess I usually would probably just solve w and t individually, then find out sort of combination. You can really use the sequence equations. But what if you could? I'm not sure. I guess you could just multiply the top equation by 2. 4w plus 8t is 28. And then take another equation. 4w plus t is 25. And then subtract. So here we get 3t equals, well, 3. So t equals 1. So if t equals 1, then 2w is 10, so w is 5. As I look at our second equation, 20 plus 5, yep. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. 17 is C. Alright, number 18, 3 is 1. Jennifer bought a box of Crunchy Green cereal. The nutrition facts on the box state that a serving size of 3 cereals, 3/4 cup provides 210 calories, 50 calories from fat. In addition, each serving of the cereal provides 180 milligrams of potassium. This is 5% of daily allowance for adults. If P% of adults' daily allowance of potassium is provided by X servings of crunchy grain cereal per day, which of the following best expresses P in terms of X? Okay. So, P is the percent daily allowance, P is a percentage. And one serving is X servings. And we're just talking about the daily allowance of potassium, right? 120 milligrams of potassium, which is 5% of the daily allowance. So P would be equal to, for every 1x, it would be 5%. So we need 5. We need 5. I'll go with B. Alright. 19. Okay, F is for half product. Come on, we got this. Like, that's the thing. Sometimes we just lose our momentum once you know so many problems, but that's just the way it works. On Tuesday, Jennifer will make crunchy grain cereal with super grain cereal for breakfast. Super grain cereal provides 240 calories per cup, and the total number of calories in 1 cup of Jennifer's mixture is 270. How much super grain cereal is in 1 cup? Alright. So, super grain cereal. Okay. Total number of calories is 270, and the super grain, we have 240 calories per cup. So, let's see here. For 1 cup, it's 270. So that means that 30 calories must come from the crunchy grain cereal, right? Because 30 plus 240 gets 270. Surprisingly, no, right? 40 plus 30, 70. Anyway, so we got that sort of information out of the way. So we're talking about calories. So it's just 30 out of 210. That's 1/7. It's 1/7 of the 3/4. Right? I think so. Let me check here. So let's see. If 3/4 is 210 calories, how much is 1 calorie? So if we do 210 times 4 by 3 to find how much is in 1 calorie. Let's go do that. So 210 times 4 by 3. That's 280. Okay, 280. Alright. So what would this be? Okay. So we don't know. Okay. So the whole thing has to add up to 1 cup, right? 1 cup of Jennifer's mixture is 270. So we can say that x plus y is 1. That's one equation. I'm going to make a couple equations. X plus y equals 1. And then our other equation is 240x plus 280y is 270. Okay. Then we got to find how much super grain cereal is in 1 cup of the mixture. So super grain would be the 241. So we've got to solve for. So we're going to solve for x, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's multiply our first equation by 280. All right. So let's write that out. Let's do it this here. So we have 280x plus 280y is 280. And then our second equation is 240x plus 280y is 270. And then we'll subtract. So we get 40x is 10. 10 by 40, 1/4. 19 is p. Cool. Number 20. Which of the following could be the graph of the number of calories in crunchy grain cereal as the number of 3/4 servings of the cereal? Talking about crunchy grain. Talking about this. So 1 3/4 cup is 210 calories. Alright. So obviously if you have zero cups, then you can't have any calories. I was like, oh, I gave you 0 cups. How many calories you got? None. So it can't be B and it can't be D. I believe, right? I think it should be A, right? And then more cups, the more number of calories. So yeah, I think 20 should be A then. Just makes more sense graph-wise. Okay, 21, the graph of the exponential function. Now this is where I start to have fun. As we near that, I think it gets kind of boring in the middle of the test, but now we're back on track. I'll pull you back. Okay, has a y-intercept of D. So basically, if x equals 0, you're going to get D in the equation. Alright. Okay. So if we put a 0 here, well, 0 to the power of 3, no, put 0 here, and this will become, yeah, other constant. 21 is D. Boom. That works out. The weight in pounds of a 15 horses, medium range horse. Okay, so the horse with the lowest of what value remains unchanged? The 4 values in the equipment. Okay, so the range will probably change, right? What value it says remain unchanged. Let's say your least horse is here. Well, now it's 10 less, so your range has gone down by, or increased by 10 then, I think, right? Yeah. Your standard deviation could change. We don't know about the standard deviation, or how much it is. Okay. The mean could also change, because now our least value is 10 less. But the median, your reading won't change, because you're going to cross it off either way. It's still the least. So 22 is B. Alright. Again, for 22, the mean, maybe the standard deviation doesn't really change. Maybe the mean doesn't change. But we can't prove that. We know for sure that the median won't change. I'm pretty sure the mean will change. Actually, near the end of the use cable show, the host invited viewers to respond to a poll that shows websites that us. We support the new federal policy discussed during the show. At the end of the show, the host reported that 28% responded yes, 70% responded no. So why is this happening? Well, it's a bias thing, of course. It doesn't matter if they had it to 100%. And that does not matter. The time does not matter. Not a good enough sample. This is basic statistics. Rules. Laws. Okay, number 24. If f of x is this and f of x plus a is this, what is the value of a? So, think about it like this. If we do 5 of, I'll write it over here. 5 of x plus a whole squared plus 30 times x plus a. Oh no, not that. I'm doing this wrong. Okay, here we go. Okay, should be like this. 5 times x plus a squared minus 3, and the range for 5 equals 5x squared plus 30x plus 42. There we go. So if I expand this out, I'll get what? I'll get 5x squared plus 2ax plus x squared plus a squared minus 3. It should be some sort of constant. I can say that a squared minus 3 is 42. So a squared is 41, 40, 39. Let's think about it. 5x squared. 5. Oh wait, never mind, y'all. Sorry. Undo. The 5 gets multiplied by the whole thing, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So it'll be 5 times x squared plus 2ax plus a squared minus 3. Now we can write it out. So it'll be 5x squared plus 10ax plus 5a squared minus 3. We got the 5x squared, so I can say that 10ax equals 30x. So a should equal 3, right? And what if I check my a squared? Let's see if a squared is 9. 9 into 5 is 45. 45 minus 3 is 42. So 24 is C. Alright. 25. If sin x equals a, then the cosine of 90 minus x is equal to a. Which one says that? 25 is C. Okay? Just a standard rule that I learned in trigonometry, but you can learn any small other time. Learn basic geometry also. Just make sure you know that rule. It just makes no sense at all. B, same thing, and D is not right. Okay. I think you could try values. You could do the plug and play method, but just know that. Which of the following represents the real-life meaning of the positive x-intercepts of the graph? That means when y equals 0. The time it takes for the ball to reach the ground. D is 26. Alright. Number 27. How much time have I taken so far? 33 minutes. Okay, I'm going super slow, y'all. Sorry about that. I know y'all like to finish fast. I'll speed this up. Initially, plane the graph of the polynomial function f crosses the x-axis at exactly 2 points, which is the one to define f. Simply put, negative x minus a times x minus a. Say. This could be true, but then 0 could also be a possible value. Alright. It says that it crosses exactly 2 points. If it's at 3 points, then you could look, but it's not right in this case. Which of the following is displayed as a constant or coefficient in this equation? We have this number. What is that? Say it with me, all. R-Y intercept. Yay! 28 is C. Alright, 10 more questions. Come on. We got this. The calculated above shows the federal mandated minimum wage every 10 years between 1940 and 2010. Line of best fit. What is line of best fit predict about the minimum wage over the 7-year period? So there's a general decrease. Or no, sorry. Is it general decrease? Well, no, it is sloped upward, but the slope is very small. The increase amount is very little. So to say. Each year, the average minimum wage every 10 years. Is that every 10 years? No, it's not a 10-year interval. I think X is per year, right? Yeah, X is per year. Or is it? Hold up. For every 1 year, 0.096. This would be 0.96. 0.96. Yeah, that's for every year. There's not an average increase in minimum wage. I don't know how D even became an answer choice. Or even B for that matter. Yeah. So 29 is A. I don't know how they came up with all these wrong answer choices. It just makes no sense. I could get B, I could get C. But that's not right, because this is every 10 years. Okay, it's 29 is A. Okay. 30. The scale plot above shows the company's ice cream sales D in dollars in the high temperature T Celsius on 12 different days. A line of best fit shown, which of the following could be the equation of the line of best fit. Alright. You don't really need a calculator for this one. I think we barely used our calculator so far, so let's not use it at this point. Okay, let's imagine this. What if our thing is at 0? You could do that, or you could think, okay, at 25 we reach 900. Which one does that happen? Let's start from the bottom. Let's see, what is 33 times 25? 825 plus 84, 909. How about 33? Well, if I did that, but plus 300, then it wouldn't work out. If I did 10 times 33 plus 402, that wouldn't work out either. And if I did 0.03 times 25 plus 402, that wouldn't work out either, would it? Nope. Yeah, 909, right? 33t plus 84, the answer is D. D for 38. I just use like the last value. I use this point. I use like 25 and like about like 900, but on the calculator I got 909, which is pretty close, so it's correct. Alright, Grudens, which are okay. Here's the thing, y'all. As soon as you reach this point, right? If you're confused or stuck in some multiple choice questions, skip it and come right till here because the first couple of grading questions are going to be super duper easy. I actually really like the grading questions for the math with calculator compared to without calculator because the way they just make your brain work is so much fun, at least for me. So let's do this. In the extra plane above, oh finally, they're testing our knowledge over the equation of a circle. I was wondering when I do that. They're slacking, guys. Radius is 10, what's the value of k? Alright, the radius is 10. Radius is 10. This point, I'll have a distance of 10. Even this point, and I'll have a distance of 10 apart. I believe that if HK is the center of our circle, then what does that mean? It could mean a lot of things, honestly, but, these are endpoints, and I believe HK is the center of the circle, right? So this should just be, what's 20 minus 4? 16. 16 divided by 2, 8 plus 4 is 12. H is 12, but they want K, they want K. They want a K value. When we want my K value, we can't have it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's make a right triangle then. Why don't we do that? From 4 to 20, we did 20 minus 4, we said 12, right? No, 20 minus 4 is 16, 16 divided by 2 is 8. This is 8. 8. So I'm going to say that, so I'll say that this is 4 into 2, so this is 3 into 2, 6. 6, and this will be 5 into 2, right? Yeah, this should be 5, because, this be 5? Hold on. No, sorry. This should be 10. Yes, this should be 10. Because, well, the radius is 10. That's why. Okay. So what is the value of k? Well, we just answered the question, right? It's 6. I'm gonna think about that. We answered our own question, y'all. I'm like, oh, what is the value of k? I'm like, okay, never mind. We don't need to do anything beyond that. 31 is 6. 6. Alright, 32. Let's not there this question. Opening next to a plane line now has a line shape of this. Okay. Slope perpendicular. What does that mean? Well, perpendicular, that means the slope is just upward reciprocal. Remove the negative, flip it over, we get 3 by 2. So we get our equation y equals 3 by 2x minus 13. Then if we plug in a 10 here, 10 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. And 15 minus 13 is 2. So 32 is 2. Alright, 33. Human blood can be classified into 4 common blood types. A, B, O, plus or minus are possible options. Ooh, If one of these people has a rhesus negative, what is the probability that the person's blood type is 1 by 9? What is the value of X? So they're saying that. This is another sort of statistical probability question. Instead, we got to backward solve this one, alright? Let me explain how exactly to do this. I'll slow down a bit here. What is the probability that the person's blood type B is 1/9? So what is the probability that someone has a blood type B? Well, the probability would just be the total, right? Let's go ahead and add these up. So do 33. And you could add top to bottom, left to right. I usually do left to right. 33 plus 9 plus 3 plus 37. So we're just counting all the people in this sort of sample, I guess, for A, B, and 0 for the plus or minus. And then we don't know how many people have O negative, so that's for X1. I'm going to show you how to calculate that. So just leave that one blank. 33 plus 9 plus 3 plus 37 plus 7 plus 2 plus 1. Alright? And then type that into your calculator, alright? We have a little some time to do that. Then you should get 92. You should get 92, okay. So our total is going to be, and it's a random sample. That means you're not sampling from a specific blood type or positive or negative. Okay? And yeah, it's chosen out. So it's a completely random drawing that we've done. So it's out of 92 plus X, and our numerator is the number of people who have blood type B, which is 11 for plus or minus in total. And that's 1/9. That's 1/9. Okay? So that means that 92 plus X is, well, let's see, multiply this by 11, so multiply this by 11. So that would be 99. So X equals 99 minus 92, which is 7. Our answer is 7 for 33. Okay, correct? We're going to get 92, and then I'm going to miscount. 33, 9, 3, 37, 7, 2, 1, 9, 3, 37. Okay, you guys, I completely read this question a little bit wrong, but it's saying one of the people who has rice is negative, so it's only out of the negative people, so 7 plus 2 plus 1. It's out of these 10. So it should be, what's it? So 10? Okay, so it should be like this. Yeah, because I think what they're saying is, okay, so if it's out of 10 plus X, how many people have the negative and the blood type B? 2. This is 1/9. So times 2 times 2. So that's equal to 8. Alright, 33 is 8. 34. I'm gonna go so by okay. Based on the graph above and how many of the games played did the soccer team score goals equals in the median number of goals for the 29 games? So what is the median? The median. Well, let's see, we got 8 here. I'm gonna cross off 1. That's 3. That's 6. 6. And then from here, 1, 2. This is crossed off. Okay. And then I'm going to cross off, or better yet, I'm going to just find the middle value. So let's see, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, it's too hard to do that. Think about it like this. If you have 1, 2, 3, and you want to find the median, just cut it in half and go with like do 3 divided by 2 and then round up. And 29 divided by 2, and then round up. Round it to 15. What's the 15th one? 8. 8 plus 9. So it's in here. It's the number 2. And how many times did we score the number 2? We scored it a total of 9 times. 34 is 9. Okay. 35. I'm moving on time, probably. Pretty bad. Alright. I'm just kidding. We're doing perfectly fine on time. We're good. We got 55 minutes for the whole test. Gisela would owe $15,500 in taxes each year. She were not eligible for any tax deductions. So if she was not eligible for any tax deductions, is how much she would total have to pay. Assuming that she can get tax deductions, she'll pay less. This year she is eligible for tax deductions that reduce the tax amount by this much. But these tax deductions reduce how much you own the defense mortality. So the tax deduction is some sort of percentage, and we've got to find how much that percentage exactly is. So we got to find the difference, right? So do this in your calculator. Do 15,500 minus 2,325. This is how much that was removed. So 155. Y'all like paying taxes? No, no one really does. And I'm pretty sure y'all don't pay taxes, but just the idea of paying taxes is obviously not fun anyway. Alright, so we should get 13175. This is our delta, our change, our difference, and then just divide it by the original amount. Always divide it by the original amount. So divide that by 15500, we get 0.85. 0.85. Okay? So if we do 15500 times 0.85, then you've reduced it, right? And then just do 100 minus that. 100 minus 85 is 15. The reduction amount is 15. The reduction amount is 15, so it's 85% less. Okay? So it is 15. It's 15%. Not 18, I meant 15, but I wrote it down anyway. 36. The system of equations above has no solutions. If A and B are constants, what's the value of A over B? No solutions. What does that mean? That means that we gotta make these two equations similar. We gotta have the same C value because it's in the form of A plus B1 equals C. And if they have the same B but a different slope, actually let's just do that. It'll make the math a lot easier. Let's find the slope of the first equation. The slope of the first equation. So let's multiply this equation by, I want to multiply this equation by 12. And let's make my math easier. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Or 12 divided by 4 is 9. So we get 9x minus 6y is equal to 144. I like dealing with bigger numbers. So then we can just say that 9x minus 144 is equal to 6y. And then just divide it by 6. So our slope would be 9 by 6. And what's our slope here? Our slope here would be, well, what would it be? This would move here. We get ax minus 9 equals by. So our slope here would be a by b, and a by b would be 9 by 6, which can be simplified to 3 by 2. Divide the numerator and denominator by 3. So 36 3 by 2, or 1.5. But I think that maybe you convert it to fraction, or decimal. I don't think it really matters. The SAT does. Last two questions, y'all. So we have a table, and we're going to use to answer these two questions. Right? The table above shows the number of international tourist arrivals running to the nearest tenth of a million, and the top 9 tourist destinations in both 2012 and 2013. So we have 2012 here and 2013 here. Based on the information given in the table, how much within millions was the median number of international tourist arrivals to the top 9 tourist destinations in 2013, and the median number in 2012 to the nearest tenth of a million. Okay. So I compare the median number for 2013 and 2012 to the nearest tenth of a million. Alright. So what's the median for 2012? They're going to be like, dun, dun, dun. They're not written in order. So get out your calculator, and let's make two lists. Alright, for 2012 and 2013. So we have 83, the first number. So we're at 83. And then we got 66.7, 57.5, 57.7, 46.4, 35.7, 30.4, 26.3, 24.7. 7.7, 46.4, 35.7. Alright, we got list 1 done, now list 2. 84.7, 69.8, 60.7, 55.7, 47.7, 37.8, 31.5, 32.2, and 28.4. Alright. Now that we've gotten both lists down, head over to StatCalc1 varstat. Let's find the median, right? Let's find the median for the first one. Alright, so our median for this one is 46.4. Alright, now let's do it for the other one. So now do second 2 to get list 2, L2. And here we get 31.8. 31.85. So go ahead and subtract. So do 46.4 minus 31.85. You get 14.55. That's the difference. So they want to round to the nearest tenth of a million. So we'll round it up to 14.6. 14.6 for 37. I think so, right? What was it? Round to the nearest tenth of a million. Three. Alright. So our median in this one was what? This one, 46.4. And then our median for this one was 47.7. Alright, so do 47.7 minus 46.4. So we get 1.3 as our difference. Alright. Cool. So it's 1.3. 1.3. Alright. Number 38. How much time do we have left? Alright. We got some time left. Alright. So let's see here. The number of international tourist travels in Russia proves over 13.5 in 2011. The number of international travels. So it's 111 value. Okay. So in 2011 is 13.5% greater. Okay, so just it's 13.5% greater, and then you can do 13.5 divided by 100 plus 1. And then what's the 2012 number for Russia? 24.7. 24.7 divided by 1.135, which is this much. And then take the 24.7 and subtract. You get, and then we want it to the nearest integer, so we'll say 3. Alright, and that is it, y'all. We are done. Thank you all for watching. We do SAT practice test number 9, math with calculus.